LakelandCarKeys.com. I'm currently sitting inside a 2003 Honda Accord. All keys are lost, and I'm going to attempt to program in with the Otofix D1 Lite. This does have some basic immobilizer features inside of it, even though it is just your basic automotive scanner. If that doesn't work, I do have the Auto Pro Pad Lite here, which is an awesome immobilizer programmer, especially with Hondas. So I got the D1 Bluetooth dongle hooked up. My Auto Pro Pad one there is unhooked, but it's there just in case of backup. This car did have one of these bling rings, which is a metal ring that is double-sided taped around the ignition, and sometimes the metal in the ring interferes with picking up the transponder chip. So I did remove this, and I'm gonna go in my D1. I'm gonna go into service. Let me see. I was already in this menu. Let me get back out of here. All right. So from the main menu, I'm going to go into service, go into Emo Keys, and then I originally tried to auto detect the VIN. It didn't actually read. It'll go through. Usually, like if you're doing a good auto detection, within the first 3 or 4 seconds, it will go through and it would go through and get you some information to pull the VIN. Usually when it hangs up like this, like around 7, 8, 9%, it'll just slowly go to 12 and it'll just tell you that it failed. So I'm gonna go ahead and just hit cancel here, and then we'll just go in the manual way. All right, so let me select Asia, Honda. All right, we're gonna go into system selection. We're gonna select USA for our region. Now, another thing to point out, this car, it would help if I had the key turned on. This car doesn't have the immobilizer light on the dash, which is kind of throwing me for a little bit. Usually there's a green key symbol that would show up on the dash. And this one didn't show up at all. I did try to start it, and it didn't start. Like, it definitely has a immobilizer system in there. And I did use my Key 2 Plus Mini and detect the coil, and it was looking for a ID46 chip. All right, so this is not a one push start system. All right, so I'm gonna go into hot functions. Just to put into perspective, if I was using my Auto Pro Pad, we would have been done already. All right. So this tells me this tester does not support this immobilizer system. I'm not sure what I did differently the first time I went through it, but it definitely was going in, and I was trying to attempt to program the key. So I'm gonna just go back and see if I can see maybe something I skipped over. All right, we'll see. Does this vehicle have keyless access remote one push start system? No. All right. That's odd. So I definitely was in programming a minute ago before I started recording the video. Let me hit yes. Alright, so I'm gonna stop this. I'm gonna exit all the way out and go back through and see if it gives me those options. Just give me 1 second. Alright, so I went through, I rebooted the system, and I went back and tried to auto vent again, and that didn't work. So I'm gonna try one more time, going in the manual way, and if this doesn't bring me the key programming, I'll just switch to the Auto Pro Pad and just call this a dud for having the immobilizer features that would work on the car. Alright, give me 1 second, let me enter this VIN. Alright, so we entered the VIN. I'm going to go ahead and hit USA for the region. What the? Alright, so this definitely isn't a 2010 Honda Accord V6. Oh, something's not up here. Okay. Let's see, hot functions. All right, nope. All right, so it tells us it's the third immobilizer system, and we're gonna go into immobilizer. Alright, special function, and then we are gonna go into add and delete keys. Okay. Alright, we're gonna select all keys lost. Alright, okay. It's gonna ask us how many keys we want to enter. We're gonna put 1, hit enter. Okay. And then it instructs us to switch the ignition off, switch it on. Alright, switch it off. Alright, then we're going to switch it on with the same key. Switch it off. Switch it back on. Alright, so it's asking me if the immobilizer went out. Again, there's no immobilizer light here, oddly enough. I'm just going to go ahead and hit yes. Switch it off. Switch it on. Alright, so it tells me that the registration is complete, to turn it off, and to check to see if all the keys are going to start. So I'm gonna go ahead, and there it is, it's running. So the Otofix D1 Lite was able to program a immobilizer key on this Honda Accord. And yeah, so I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna chalk that up as a win, and I'll try a couple more cars to see which one the Otofix D1 Lite will be able to do. I did try my 07 Chevy Uplander van, and it did not have the features to program the chip key, but it did have the features to program the remote. This particular Accord would have been onboard programming for the remote, so there would have been nothing in the system. But we are getting somewhere, trying to figure out what vehicles the D1 Lite can program. So I'm going to go ahead and mark Honda Accord as good. And yeah, we'll do some more testing. LakelandCarKeys.com.